Hello and welcome to MLW Confusion. I'm your host Rob Kammer, bringing you all that you may or may not need to know about Major League Wrestling and its television programming. Today we have Battle Riot, 40 men, one winner. That person gets a shot at the MLW Championship at some nebulous time in the future. However, we got the news. I'm going to start off with some non-MLW related news because, self-promotion and all that good stuff. So, at the time of this recording, it'll be the season finale. But this is just a helpful little reminder that MLW Confusion is a proud sponsor of Enjoy Wrestling, specifically their Rites of Spring season, currently on YouTube. Today, at the time of this recording, it'll be yesterday by the time this thing drops, and who knows when it would have been whenever you guys listen to this here podcast. But the Rites of Spring finished up this here week, so be sure to check it out. Got two big championship matches, one for the pair of Joshi titles, TJPW, I believe, and then the Enjoy Championship is on the line as well. So be sure to check that out. It's on YouTube, so that is totally free. No reason not to. I enjoy wrestling, and I enjoy wrestling. Also, it's further announced. This one's for a bit more localized clientele per se. But this week we are getting the announcement officially that MLW Confusion is helping sponsor the summer series for SCW Pro out of Davenport, Iowa. They're doing a handful of outdoor shows over this here summer. Check out my Twitter or SCW Pro on Twitter to see what all it is. The series starts off with a battle lines at the Beer Stew, Saturday, May 27th, 7 p.m. If you're local, you know what that place is. Get some German food, watch some wrestling. It will be great. And then also just announced today, SCW is coming to the Bluegrass Drive-In Theater once again. That'll be July 15th. I had my hand in sponsoring that too. There'll be more dates announced over the summer as they continue doing stuff at the Beer Stew. But be sure to check those out if you are in the local area. I'm sorry, it's not for everyone, but you know what? Self-promotion, and SCW is also awesome in and of itself. All right, to the MLW news. It's been pretty quiet overall this week, and the way my recording schedules come off, like this may or may not be news, and there's already some conflicting reports about this and its veracity. But according to Fightful Select, the injury Alexander Hammerstone suffered at War Chamber was legit, and there was actually a lot more planned for the match itself, including the finish and aftermath that Hammer was supposed to be a big part of that didn't get to be done, and they had to kind of do something else quasi on the fly about it due to that injury. So again, if that injury is legit, speedy recovery to our MLW champion, and if it's a work, got us, bro, swerve. Oh, the things that may not be a swerve here. Battle Riot. Battle Riot is awesome. I love Battle Riot as just because I love big clustery battle royals, and this is a big one. Pinfall, submissions, over the top rope, both feet on the floor are your methods of elimination. 40 men in, one only wins. So really I'm just going to skip all the pleasantries. They did a big intro to Battle Riot and its rules. I'm just going to go hop in and start giving the rundown of it, because Battle Riot, going to battle for supremacy here. Number 1 and number 2 are Alex Kane of the Bomaye Fight Club and the returning Willie Mack. Mack does the most of the actual offense in this first minute period before Jesus Rodriguez, the former Ricardo Rodriguez of Alberto Del Rio fame, shows up in a suit. They double team Mac. Lince Dorado is out, sans hat and jacket, so I can't really like him anymore. He is focusing his attacks on Jesus. Calvin Tankman is out at number 5. Number 6, Lance N.W.A. out, and he's just killing everyone with super kicks until Jesus stops him. I'm just going to point out here that Jesus gets a lot of stuff in for a guy who, as of announcements wise, who's not part of an MLW roster. And really, I mean, if I could just be a jerk about it, like, hasn't been like played a significant role in mainstream professional wrestling in quite some time. And even then, he was just a personal ring announcer and did some managing in NXT, but he also worked under a mask as El Local as well. But still, like, he hasn't done anything at a major league level, no pun intended, but he's cleaning house tonight. Number 7 is up and out. It is Microman. He gets an army crawl headbutt to the groin of Jesus. Can't go wrong with a headbutt to the groin. Number 8 is Azteca number 33, one of the lucha henchmen of Cesar Duran, who is still missing, by the way. Still missing. He evidently has the same tailor as Jesus. Commentary, I believe it was Stryker notes, possibly a Terry Taylor. But, they're dressed pretty darn similar. Kane, I jumped a thing because out number 9 is the other half of the tag team portion of the Samoan SWAT team. Juicy Finau with a cart full of toys. Microman gets the pin on Azteca 33, so our first elimination is Azteca 33. Kane clotheslines Lance out. Tankman and Juicy take turns donking each other on the head with toys. Number 10 is the Beastman. He comes out. Guido comes out at number 11. I thought I'd put quotation marks around this for some odd reason. We have a game of chicken being played with Calvin Tankman, Lindsay, and Microman, with Guido up on Tankman's shoulders. Sam Adonis is out at 12. He does the double rope walk blockbuster, teeing off on the Beastman's groin. Microman is with the kendo stick. Beastman gets dumped over the top rope. Number 13 is up and ready, and that is Mance Warner with a 2x4. He donks Rodriguez and pins him. Oh, yeah, okay, that's not for the next one. Yeah, my notes are horrible because there's so much going on here, and I'm also not going to lie, like, it was like 2:30 in the morning when I'm scribbling this stuff out, too. Donks Rodriguez. Rodriguez finally gets eliminated. He got, like, a lot of stuff in for someone who's not under contract, and really, I mean, not to dunk on the guy, like, doesn't have that much name value to him anyway, but no more name value than me, so I shouldn't say much lest he come find me. Anywho, we go to break and we come back. Manser and Sam Adonis eliminate each other. They brawl to the back. Kane chokes out Microman. Dude, you really have to choke out Microman? Just set him gently over the top rope. Also in the meanwhile, Mr. Thomas, Jimmy Lloyd, TJ Crawford, and Ken Brockway have all come out during the break here. This is Jimmy Lloyd's MLW debut. He's one of the hardcore guys that you've seen mostly out east. Crawford and Broadway have been in MLW intermittently. It's been a while since Broadway's been in. And Crawford, like, I kind of had to look him up again because he did like one match and then disappeared. But oh, thank goodness for the interwebs, huh? Right. The Calling are all out at once. Don't know who's got numbers, who doesn't. Raven pins Lloyd after a DDT. Shoot, my notes are terrible. Akira, that is supposed to be an Akira, dumps Lindsay over the ropes. Delirious dumps Mr. Thomas. We go to break, and we come back. And Azteca number 9 is in and or out. Juicy Finau's being stabbed when Jacob Fatu comes out. At this point, I noticed that Alex Kane has disappeared. I have no clue where he is. Commentary has not acknowledged him being eliminated as of yet. It takes like 4 people to dump out Jacob Fatu, last year's winner. So it was Dr. Cornwallis, Delirious, Gas Mask Guy number 2, we're calling him. So I guess it was 3 guys. I got that backwards because I'm an idiot. Hey, yeah. So Fatu goes on a tear, actually, and eliminates Cornwallis, Delirious, and Gas Mask number 2. Akira eliminates himself and Juicy Finau with a diving cross body that takes them both over the top rope. Fatu suplays himself and Ricochet Page over. At this point, the ring is empty. Like, commentary actively points out the ring is empty. Doesn't mean there's nobody actively left in the match, though, because there's still more people to come out. Oh, and Alex Kane hasn't been eliminated yet. So, yeah, that's great. Kim Chi comes in, and now that's when Alex Kane shows up. Immediately gets choked out by Kane. Midas Black of the main event comes out. He gets pinned by Kane after a choke toss suplex. Taya Valkyrie out, the first female in the Battle Riot. This is her second appearance in the Battle Riot match, though. Gets perfect plexed for her efforts. She's out. Jay Lyon comes in and gets choked out, and we get a shot of the parking lot where Matthew Justice is fighting the Gas Mask Goon, so I guess he's not in this anymore. They left that pretty ambiguous, and just like, what does this mean for him? Ray Jazz comes out, and he actually gets some offense in before he gets locked into submission, is forced to tap out. Lio Rush, the man of the hour, the bad child, he comes in, gets his stuff in. The recently debuted Tracy Williams out. DDTs. Leo, like, right on the top turnbuckle, like it was almost a brainbuster kind of thing. That was crazy go nuts, and I don't know how Leo didn't get eliminated after that. Big Bad Kaiju making his MLW debut. O'Shea Edwards, he's been part of the Bomaye Fight Club entourage, so this is like his first actual match for MLW. Dude's big dude, and actually, if you listen to me and checked out Enjoy Wrestling, he just had a big Haas fight over there with Mr. Grimm. That was really good, so you should check that out. Big surprise as Duke the Dumpster Droese's out next. Takes his time getting in the ring and hits Edwards with the trash can. Kane tries to take out Duke and like goes for an ankle lock, and it turns out dude's missing a foot. Like, he's got a prosthetic leg. I mean, this is news to me, ladies and gentlemen. I did not realize that Duke the Dumpster Droese was missing, a chunk of leg. And, like, I'm going to throw out there that, like, I thought he was walking funny, like, when he came to the ring. Like, he took the stairs really gingerly, but I just thought, like, he's getting old and he's 300 pounds and, like, that was it. But no, dude, like, within the last handful of years, lost a leg due to a nasty, nasty staph infection. Had to do some research on that one, because I'm like, when did that happen? Like that's just not something that I didn't catch in the news waves when it happened. Assuming that was like super public knowledge, and it's not like very often that I Wikipedia Duke the Dumpster Droese. Sorry, Duke, but yeah, that's crazy. Go nuts. RSP and Fatu are back, and like RSP like had already been eliminated once. Fatu just comes, attacks, and we got nothing back. We go to break. John Hennigan is in. Manders has been eliminated by John Morrison. John Hennigan. So throwing that out there, he has not responded to how he wants his money yet, but I owe John Hennigan 1 human monies. So John, Bubby, if you are listening to this, get in touch with my people. How do you want your 1 human monies? I have a variety of things like PayPal, Cash App. If we're the same area, like, I'll just show up somewhere and hand you some cash. I'll write a check. I guess it could be exchanged for other goods and services too. I don't really know. But yeah, so that jumping the gun on that there. Davey Boy Smith Jr. out in his British Bulldog 2000 gear. As I said, Manders gets eliminated by John Hennigan. Shigehiro Iri is out. Snitsky, Gene Snitsky, wasn't his fault. It's not his fault. He's number 40, and he's just killing everyone. Dude looks great for his age. I know, I'm not sure what he's done in ring for the last handful of years. I know he's been selling beard product and looks great doing it. But that is crazy. We go to break, and everyone teams up to eliminate Snitsky. Dave Boy Smith Jr. eliminates O'Shea Edwards and Lio Rush. Brings us down to our final 4 with John Hennigan, Dave Boy Smith Jr., Shigehiro Iri, and Alex Kane. Kane chokes out John on the apron, like just kind of hangs him with a rear naked choke. Davey Boy Smith dumps Iri, leaving us Kane and Davey Boy Smith, mortal enemies, doing the dueling German spot briefly, and that just, I hate that. Hate that so much. Davey Boy goes for the pin, and Kane counters the pin and pert near chokes Davey Boy out. But Davey eventually does tap Before that happens, though, Alex Kane enters at number 1 and goes the distance, ladies and gentlemen. It's crazy go nuts is what that is. But he is our new... I'd call him number 1 contender, but technically he's not number 1 contender. He's just earned a title shot at a time of his choosing. So congratulations to Alex Kane and the Bomaye Fight Club. This is a pretty solid, pretty good Battle Riot. I will say, like, I mean, outside of my love of the Battle Royals, the last couple of years have been somewhat lackluster. But there's plenty of chaos to be had here. And really, like, if I'm going to make one complaint, it was just like the random disappearance of Kane for a bit before he went on his tear and then ended up winning the whole thing. But barring like that chunk of it, like, dude deserves it. Dude's been working his tail off for MLW, and he would be a fine choice to unseat Hammerstone. Of course, he's injured, so we might just hand Kane the title anyway. So I don't know. What do I know? Main thing is, Manders didn't win, and Duke Droese only has one leg. Huh. Learn something new every day. Sometimes it takes professional wrestling to learn more useless trivia. Let that be a lesson to y'all, ladies and gentlemen. Let it be a lesson. Anyway, so that is our show. It was fun. Again, like, I love Battle Riot in general, and this one really did deliver this year. A lot, like, some weird, fun surprises, plenty of chaos. Got some blood in on the deal too because there was a stabbing. Yeah, Snitsky was here. Duke Droese only has 1 foot. Manders got eliminated, so I owed John Hennigan money. So it has pretty much everything you could ask for. But, you know, don't agree with it, just hit me up on the social medias and tell me why I'm wrong. And I'll tell you why I'm right from my hot tub filled with pizza rolls, ladies and gentlemen. But on that note, keep watching wrestling. Wrestling is fun. You know, love MLW. It's you know, pulling through strong, of course. And, you know, and if you're in the Quad City areas this summer, you know, try to check out SCW Pro. They do a lot of work. Go to the YouTubes and check out Enjoy Wrestling. They're a lot of fun as well. And then, of course, I would be remiss if I was going to send people to YouTube and not have them check out the other fine podcasts and news breaks from the Urban Wrestling Network. I believe the handle is, off the top of my head, Urban Wrestle N.W, but I'll have like the proper link and name down in the descriptor. So on that note, I will take my leave of you to go enjoy wrestling. In the meanwhile, I'll see you all next week. If you're like me, sometimes you need a pick-me-up to get you through the day. I drink Ray's Energy for that pickup. Ray's comes in a bunch of different flavors, and more recently Italian Ice, which is great, by the way. And it contains no sugar, so there's no crash after you drink it. And really, like, best of all, if you go through me and go to wetrepsports.com, use my code CASS, you get 15% off your order. So, also, be like Cass, drink Ray's Energy. MLW Confusion is a weekly podcast that is written and performed by Rob Kammer and hosted by Spotify for podcasters. MLW Confusion is part of the Urban Wrestling Network. You can check out the Underground Rundown on YouTube at Urban Wrestling NW. The background music for this section is Ruined My Day, performed by Alan Schroeder. If you enjoyed this podcast and like to support, please like, subscribe, and tell your friends, family, and enemies. Leaving a review is also helpful, because word-of-mouth advertisement is very important for small podcasts. My social media links can be found in the descriptor below, but the Twitter and Instagram are at The Nova of Cass. That's TheNovaOfCass, and MLW Confusion can be found on Facebook at MLW Confusion, all one word. If you'd like to support monetarily and help upgrade my equipment, please check out my virtual tip jar at ko-fi.com/Casanova. That's CASSONOVA. If you prefer more bang for your buck, go to patreon.com/Casanova. For as little as $1, Patreon backers get access to the podcast early and without those pesky ads, plus other exclusive content. So join the crew that is headed up by Keith Wynn and Alan Schroeder and check it out. You can also find t-shirts, coffee mugs, and other merchandise at the Confusion Podcast store on Teespring. You can find that link below as well. For all business inquiries such as ads, sponsorship, and other voiceover work, please email at rzcamer@comcast.net. Camer is spelled Kamer. Thank you all for listening.